What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CUBREACTS as we look into more brand new releases. Very excited to get into this one today as we take a look at an artist that is taking over a lot of the headlines for both controversial reasons and, of course, the bangers that he's making. So I'm excited to get into this one. This one goes by the name of God, and it comes to us from Berri Tiga, obviously one of the members on the Machala single that went absolutely viral. Obviously, there's a lot of controversy surrounding that single and who actually made it and all those sorts of things there. So I'm interested to see how that all develops. But we're here to talk about sound more than anything else, rather than focusing in on the negativity surrounding bits. So we are going to get into this one. I'm excited to hear how it sounds. I haven't actually listened to this at all yet. I have no idea what we're getting in for, but it should be a good one because Berri Tiga is absolutely killing it. So as always, friends, if you are new to the channel, make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. Without further ado, let's jump into this one.
Yo, X.
Many things don't stop. With my mouth, you know, feet talk. For my eyes, but I don't drop. Niggas backstabbing, calling it love.
So already with this one, there's a nice bounce to it. I'm loving where the instrumental's going. Very much focusing in on quite minimal sort of drum maneuvers. Again, very bouncy, but actually quite minimal. Not too much percussion going on. It's not necessarily about the pockets. This is about the overall bounce, the overall kind of 4/4 rhythm that runs within it. On top of that, very kind of floaty background pad textures. The melodies in this are, again, very subtle, very kind of slowly, like, maneuvering their way around the backdrop. And again, Berri's vocals just coming in very high-ended, but still having that kind of natural, I suppose, charm to them that we heard on Machala and on this as well. So let's go.
Play me like a big toy. They know they do anything they talk. So no go blame me, no be my fault. Yeah. Say if you know be cardio, I for don't wait that things we go by me. If you know be cardio, I for the trenches without no money. If you know be cardio, and they for they enjoy the things where they meant for me. If you know be cardio.
I really like what he's doing with the vocal on this. He's very much focusing on utilizing the electronic elements he has to offer. I like it when people utilize electronic elements on their vocals. I don't particularly care if there's a difference between a live vocal and an electronically edited vocal. I don't think it actually makes much difference. As far as I'm concerned, a vocal is an instrument, and utilizing it in the best way, running it through different effects or different sorts of vocoders or things like that, for me, that's just being creative at this point. And I definitely think most of the tools that used to be corrective for vocal editing have now become creative in their own right. So I'm interested to see where this goes, but I like the electronic element on this vocal.
Wherever this point my name, I tension Kulumenta. When I enter, you don't want they don't expect. Right and left to the center, under fire. Wherever this point my name, I tension Kulumenta. When I enter, you don't want they don't expect. Right and left to the center. When I remember waiting they plan for me,
so something I'm noticing quite evidently on this is the actual vocal levels are switching around quite a lot. I don't know whether that's intentional or not. Personally, I'd have liked to have kept a vocal level pretty much the same the entire way through, because that's your sort of central point. That's the bit that you recognize the most. It's the bit that as humans we kind of empathize with the most, because that's us. That's what we can relate to, you know. I just feel the actual verse, his vocals, a little bit quieter than it should be. But what I do like about this is that sort of everlasting sort of string line that just appears and then disappears and then appears and then disappears. Again, the chord progressions down below as well, very kind of subtle, quite fruity, I suppose, in their arrangement. But it's cool. There's elements about this I like, and elements which I think could be improved upon drastically. But overall, it's enjoyable. That bass rise is nice as well. Something that is quite cool and quite refreshing about this to an extent is just how simple the actual musical arrangement is. There aren't like crazy melodies going on. There aren't like crazy little patterns going on. This is all just extended like one beat or one bar melodies, just kind of going steady chord progressions, just and those little flicks at the end, they're being provided by the vocal, which is cool. This is quite like a sandbox to work in as a vocalist, and he definitely has made the most of what he has available. But it's quite a simple tune at the same time. Not necessarily a bad thing, just pointing it out. See? One note.
If you know be God, you say if you know be God, you I for don't wait that is where go man. If you know be God, you I for the
Really subtle flute line in the background there as well. That's quite cool. That, again, little things like that are what really catch my ears when you hear little like flute lines or injections of melodic colour on a tune like that. That's the things that bring tunes like this to life, because this is nice. The arrangement's cool. The arrangement's solid. The vocal's nice. The vocal does bring the best out of the arrangement, but I feel you always need little like flutters and flickers and things that are gonna again almost amplify. It's like adding salt to a dish. It just brings out the flavour a little bit more. Salt and chili flakes. That's what you need in an arrangement like this. And the little flute line in his vocal are the salt and chili flakes. That works. I think that just about works. So the bass line down below is interesting as well, because it's kind of like an 808 slash a very slight log drum sounding processor. There we go there. The sounds of Berri Tiga. This one, God, an interesting arrangement. Definitely one I can talk about for quite a while. The fact that it's actually quite simplistic in the arrangement side of things is cool. I quite like the fact that the melodies and the harmonies are all pretty much either one or two notes, and then you get the little flickers of colour from the vocal, that flute line, and then you've got those sort of strings in the background as well that give it a bit more of an emotive sense. They give it that more sort of scale of grandeur, which is cool to see. Berri Tiga is obviously a very clearly talented vocalist. There's a nice natural charm to his voice. He's got a couple of natural kind of delicacies and a kind of natural flutters in the way that he vocalizes. I would have liked the vocal to have remained at the same kind of level the entire way through. It definitely dips down in the verse sections, and then it's back up in the chorus. Again, that might be intentional. For me personally, it's not something I particularly enjoy. I think your vocal should be like the center point of a tune. Even if everything else is working around it, I think your vocal should stay pretty level the entire way through. That's your spirit level, basically. It is your vocal line. But this is interesting. I'm definitely keen to see where Berri Tiga takes this as a vocalist, where he kind of goes next, if he gets involved in, I don't know, more solo work, whether he jumps onto more collaborations. I don't know, but I'm interested to see how his journey is going to progress as a vocalist more than anything else. So there we go. Guys, let me know your thoughts on this one in the comment section down below. And as always, if you are new to the channel, do make sure you are getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page. Of course, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, do get involved, and we shall see you all next time. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and peace.
Them sounding so good right now, but they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CUBREACTS TV. Stay locked.